The most unsettling thing that can ruin any officer's day is finding people smuggling other people in their carry-on luggage. However, the whole thing becomes all the more horrifying when children and babies are found inside these transport luggages, sometimes put in there by their own parents. From a grown man in a suitcase to a cute baby in a handbag, here are 7 times when people hide in suitcases. Number 7. 8-year-old in suitcase. Things went haywire in Spain when airport officials found an 8-year-old inside a suitcase of a woman trying to cross the border. The culprit, traveling from Morocco to Ceuta in Spain, tipped off the security officials with her off-putting and anxious behavior. A quick scan of her luggage revealed what seemed to be a human frame inside, and the shocking revelation was further confirmed when they finally opened the case. The unidentified 8-year-old was curled up inside the box, looking lifeless. Officials were dumbfounded to find out that they were dealing with a case of human trafficking, as the victim wasn't Spanish but African. The boy later identified himself as Abu and also revealed he was from Ivory Coast. He gave some further details which led to the arrest of his own dad a few hours later. It turned out the boy's dad had handed him over to the nasty female smuggler he was traveling with. The father, on his own part, excused himself, saying he had been denied relocation to Spain, so he decided to smuggle his son to enjoy a better life. However, he admitted he never guessed his son would end up in a suitcase. Number 6. Baby and carry-on. An Egyptian couple found themselves in deep trouble after they were caught doing the unthinkable to an infant. The incident took place at an airport in the United Arab Emirates, when a 5-month-old boy belonging to the couple was found hidden in a small handbag. The couple had attempted to smuggle the baby past the security checks, but their luck ran out when the X-ray machine revealed what seemed to be the shape of a small baby inside. Airport officials and police officers at the Sharjah International Airport were shocked down to their bone marrows, as they couldn't fathom how a parent could do such to their own child. However, on the part of the couple, they claimed they just had to improvise because they didn't have a visa for the child, and when they tried to apply for one, they were told they'd have to wait 2 days. Nonetheless, their flimsy excuses didn't faze anyone, as they were handed over to the police for lawful punishment. Number 5. Paris baby. There are many ways to get kicked out of a plane, but certainly one of the surest ones would be to smuggle a child in a handbag. All was nice and cozy on a flight from Istanbul to Paris, until flight attendants found out that one of the passengers had committed an abomination right inside the plane. The unsuspecting woman was carrying a 4-year-old girl inside her handbag after somehow making it past the checkpoint undetected. The mischievous French woman had carried out her criminal act at Charles de Gaulle Airport after customs had prohibited her from boarding the plane along with the child. One whistleblower told the press that the unidentified woman was in the process of adopting the child, so she wanted to get her to France by any means necessary. But then again, you've got to admit it takes a devil incarnate to stuff a little child in a bag and board a plane. Even while on the plane, the woman kept the girl hidden under a blanket at her feet, denying her comfort. Thankfully, the little girl was rescued and her transporter was arrested upon landing. Number 4. Teen in a suitcase. It's probably not too shocking to find babies or young kids in carry-on luggages, but it becomes quite unsettling to find a grown teenager cramped up inside a suitcase with little or no air supply. This was the predicament of authorities at the Ceuta border when they found a 19-year-old male stuffed inside a suitcase. To complicate things even further, the man was being carried by a 22-year-old woman. It was a true case of wonder and intrigue. What gave the woman away was her evasive and suspicious attitude with her luggage, especially while speaking to agents. When officials found the man in the mystery box, he was barely alive. The lack of oxygen inside his transport system mandated an emergency medical response. However, later investigations revealed he was from Gabon, seeking to escape into Spain. Although there was no official release as to what would be the fate of this woman and her immigrant in the suitcase, we can rest assured that they'll face the full wrath of the Spanish law. Number 3. Child's play. One of the most horrifying cases of human trafficking happened in the Philippines after an Ohio woman did something incredibly inhumane. The spine-chilling incident went down at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport, Manila, when an American woman stuffed a 6-year-old baby inside her handbag. The lady in question, Jennifer Talbot from Ohio, was attempting to board a plane for the US but didn't have travel documents for the baby. And so, in a moment of desperation, she put the baby inside a sling bag so she could pass through unbothered. And just so you know, she nearly made it through. In fact, security initially never suspected there was anything in the sling bag she carried. For one, the last thing you'd expect to find in a sling bag is a human child. And secondly, even if someone were to carry a baby in a sling bag, you'd leave the baby's head out of the bag to allow for breathing. However, in this case, Jennifer Talbot turned the child in a way to conceal the head and every other part of the child, literally suffocating him. Thankfully, the innocent toddler was rescued and placed in the care of the Manila Child Services. Number 2. Man in suit. You'd think that the only thing that would fit a suitcase would be a child or a teen. Airport officials and customs agents thought so too, until the U.S. Border Patrol found a grown man hiding inside a suitcase. It's still not clear why exactly the officers opened the bag to check, perhaps out of curiosity or simply by instinct. But this turned out to be one of the most intriguing discoveries of the year. The man and his transport suitcase were found in a Chevrolet vehicle attempting to pass through the Falfurrias checkpoint on October 6, 2015. According to the reports, the vehicle had 4 occupants and was made to park at a spot for inspection. It was while the inspection officers were going through the items in the car that they found the Mr. Desperado inside a suitcase, sweating profusely. The man was curled up like a baby, and there's no telling how long he had been in that position. The officers also found another man hidden underneath a pile of clothing and blankets in the cargo area of the vehicle. The 2 men were interrogated and found to be illegal immigrants from Mexico. These malicious stunts are not uncommon for Mexican immigrants, since the country shares a border with the U.S. These crooks go above and beyond to find any means to get into the land of opportunities, hoping for a better life. Number 1. Immigrants in suitcases. Another mind-boggling case of Mexican immigrants in suitcases took place at the Texas Border Patrol during the COVID-19 pandemic. You see, while everyone was on lockdown, a couple of sinister folks with the American dream tried to smuggle themselves into the United States through the border checkpoint north of Laredo. The individuals had been tucked away inside life-sized suitcases and carefully loaded onto a pickup truck. At first, the officers at the checkpoint were interested in the driver, looking for any red flags or signs of mischief. However, their attention shifted to the contents of the vehicle after the police dogs began to smell something fishy. Although the officers weren't sure what to look for, they followed the hints of the canines until they uncovered 2 individuals hiding inside large suitcases at the back of the car. It was a sweet discovery for Border Patrol officers, but a nasty bust for the culprits. And just in case you're wondering what became of these unlucky criminals, they were taken into custody and their vehicle was seized by Border Patrol. The officers weren't willing to take any chances, especially not when a nasty virus was ravaging the land. But then again, illegal immigrants have always been an issue in the United States. And there's no guarantee we're going to stop finding humans in suitcases and carry-on luggages anytime soon. That's all for this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more interesting videos like this. See you in the next video.